So before Sleep Science Academy, for 6 years, I struggled with insomnia. I had a list of about 15 to 20 things that I would do and cycle through to try to sleep. And it most of the time it didn't even work. But I didn't know what else to do. And I didn't want to go to a doctor that would just give me sleeping pills. So I avoided that for many years. And eventually I got desperate because nothing I would do would work at all, not even a few days of the week. And previously I was surviving on a few days of sleep a week. So that's when I just Googled sleep course and found Sleep Science Academy. So I would exercise. I tried valerian root. I had a mixture of supplements that I learned from a neuroscientist on TikTok, Epsom salt baths, chamomile tea, which was not strong enough. Every now and then I would be desperate and I would try a Benadryl or just a sleep aid from the pharmacy, nixing out caffeine. And it seemed like everything I tried worked at first for maybe a couple of days. I think all those things that I tried didn't work anymore because the issue wasn't, I was basically treating symptoms. I wasn't treating the cause. And I eventually learned that the cause was actually, once I ruled out all physical things like, I forget now at this point, once I ruled out all physical things, I found that the cause was actually psychological. Now I sleep now after working with Sleep Science Academy, I sleep like a normal person. I have no clue how many steps I get. Sometimes I'm on my phone like an hour before bed. I don't do any supplements. Some days I don't even exercise, let alone know how many steps I get. And I do nothing. I do nothing anymore essentially to try to sleep. It's amazing. So nowadays, after Sleep Science Academy, I get maybe, I would say, 7 hours of sleep a night. And it's pretty uninterrupted too, which I haven't had that for 6 years without going through all my solutions. So that's been pretty amazing, just sleeping like a normal person. Being able to sleep like a normal person has just been huge for my life. Not so much, I thought a lot of it was it would affect my productivity, it would increase my chances of getting diseases. It made me moody and obviously tired. Um, but not just that. I think that the main part of it is the psychological changes that have come with it. Now I realize that your mind is very powerful. And as long as you feel okay, that can almost help you to be okay, if that makes any sense. So I wouldn't say that sleep was the solution. I would say fixing the psychology, my thoughts around sleep was a solution. And then getting sleep was a nice benefit from that. And that, of course, I'm just more productive. I have more energy. I'm in a better mood. I'm not afraid that I'm a higher risk of all kinds of diseases. It's life-changing. Working with Sleep Science Academy was kind of like a mix between an online course and also therapy. So I've taken online courses before, like for businesses. So I was pretty familiar with like an online course format. You kind of follow it at your pace, but it's good if you stay with it. And I've also been to therapy before. So the way sleep science coaches work is a lot like therapy. And kind of the strategies they'll use are really similar strategies that my counselor used to help me with emotional coping skills, like even just going through a breakup or dealing with rude people. It was kind of very similar strategies, just kind of reframing your mind. And that's what we did in Sleep Science Academy. You kind of reframe your mind and your beliefs and your thoughts around sleep. And I never used the word anxiety because I felt like, oh, I don't have anxiety. But I guess I realized that I did, because if you have insomnia and there's no physical reasons for it, it might actually be anxiety. I would say this program is designed for anyone that has ruled out physical causes of not getting sleep and cannot sleep, because if you are alive, there's a very high chance, 99% of chance, that it is very normal for you to be able to sleep. And if you're not sleeping, that's not something you need to accept. Some people just accept it and they think, well, I guess this is the way my life is. And then they just pop pills for, I guess, the rest of their life just to sleep. Or they'll go through all these routines and just accept that's how it is. But I don't believe it is. I think we're all meant to sleep. We're all meant to get good sleep. And I don't think we're just a pill away. I think you're just a mental frame away. If you're just starting out on your journey to solve your sleep, I would say just be as good a student as you can be. Do what the teacher says. Don't argue. Don't get mad. If it's not working, don't get mad about it. Just keep trying and keep working on it, because that's part of it. It may not necessarily work 100% right away. And even then, it may not always be 100%. Even people who get normal sleep still have off nights every now and then, and that's normal. So that's the main thing I would say, is just try to be the best student you can be.